All that glitters is gold. Ornaments like these are increasingly sought after in recent times. In mainland China, sales of gold made up 80% of the 41% jewelry retail sales growth last year. Some buy gold to look good.
Gold can make the skin more whiter.
Others buy for its rising value.
现在黄金的增值空间比较大嘛。
This shop in Xian in Shanxi province is doing a roaring trade. Belongs to a Hong Kong-listed gold jewelry retailer. It plans to double its mainland outlets from the present 150 to 300 shops by 2009 because relatively few mainlanders possess gold.
Gold possessions on average is account for only 0.2 grams in China. Compared with other cities, they have 1 gram in India and also 100 to 200 grams in some developed countries.
Official figures show more than 260 tons of gold were produced and supplied in China last year. But demand exceeded 400 tons. Still, China is now the world's biggest gold producer, eclipsing the former #1, South Africa. Also burnishing the future for gold is its rising prices. Gold prices climbed steadily from more than $500 an ounce in 2006 to about $700 last year. It hit a record high exceeding $1,000 earlier this year, before settling at around $900 an ounce recently. In China, gold is mainly found in the central and western provinces. In Shanxi, to the east of Xian city, is the mining hub of Tongguan. Tongguan region used to be strategically important and heavily defended by ancient troops as it leads to Xian, the capital city of 13 dynasties. It's now treasured for its gold. Tongguan has certainly offered golden opportunities to Hong Kong entrepreneur Robin Lee. His company recently invested more than $100 million in equipment and the rights to explore and mine for gold here.
If you look at the mining technology, China is actually getting more mature. But if you look at for example, deep level mining, South Africa now is mining up to, say, 5,000–6,000 meters. And China, for gold mining, is average about 500 to 600. It's 10% of the world standard.
Because gold deposits are more concentrated the deeper you go, experts believe China has a vast reserve of untapped gold.
A lot of the easier gold has been mined historically. It's what's at depth or what's in the new regions that haven't been explored.
But deep drilling is expensive. Lee says the upfront cost can run up to several tens of millions of dollars before a single ounce of gold is produced. This includes expenses for the exploration of potential reserves to drilling tunnels for excavation. Still, mining in China has a higher profit margin than elsewhere.
For example, in United States, in South Africa, the average cost is between $400 to $600 per ounce. In China, not talking to our particular gold mine, but we are one of the lowest. Say we're talking about $200 to $250.
Lee says China has low labor and electricity costs compared with countries such as South Africa. Rising global gold prices, Lee says, have also made the mining cost per ton relatively cheaper.
In the old days, gold price is $200, $300. If you have 3 grams per ton, and then that can break even your cost. And now, because of the gold price gone up, 800 something, 900, and even 1 gram of gold can be break even. So the average grade of content of gold in China is relatively high. For example, in this region, average gold content is about 5 to 6 grams. In terms of the cost of production, if 1 gram can be break even, so you have 4 grams of profit, roughly.
Another incentive to dig deeper now, Lee says, is the imminent expiry of an agreement among central banks to slowly stock up gold.
That agreement will be finished about 17 months' time. And then the central bank would look at the arbitrage to leverage the risk of US dollars.
158,000 tons of gold are in circulation worldwide, but only 1/5 are stored as gold reserves by global central banks. Despite the potential spike in gold prices, you need Midas touch to be profitable investing in gold mines. One reason, a dearth of experts. Roger Walsh advises China to learn from abroad.
In China, you've got some of the best trained technical people in the world. So you're taking those people and you're taking them to Canada, for example, or to Australia or to the US, and they're looking at historical deposits, and they're coming back with that knowledge to say, if we can drill deeper and we can look, maybe we can find the same potential here.
Engineer Bill Chow came back from Australia to provide his expertise in Tongguan.
Normally drill from 100 meters to 500 meters. We finished two, another one just, beginning. That was designed to drill down grade 420 meters. The machine can work average 25 to 30 meters per day.
Under his supervision, these workers are drilling to see whether there's enough gold concentration to develop a new mine. It's a costly exercise.
The cost of drilling average 800 RMB per meter. And, that was if we drill 400 meters, around 320,000 RMB.
If no gold is found or if the sample shows gold content is of less than 1 gram per ton, that spending will literally go to dust. Grand TG Gold has been spared. It has struck gold. Investors in mines must also pay for repairing damages done to the environment by mining activities.
You have to recover and rearrange the mine into a eco environment that will shoot all the, the environmental issues. The cost of it at the moment, by world standard, is to 2-3% of the cost. Our gold mine management cost is between 2 to 3%. So if you're doing that environmental thing, that will be equivalent to the whole management team.
Other expenses also add up. Robin Lee wants to provide high-tech communications equipment to miners to ensure their safety underground. But advanced technology can also save money.
Sometimes the modern equipment, sometimes a mineral detector. You can detect certain material up to 15 kilometers. So you can use some advanced technology too. So that brings down the cost of the drilling.
They're being turned into a very modern, efficient enterprise.
At this mining conference held recently in Hong Kong, companies from Australia, Canada, the US, and Europe agreed the condition is mature enough to invest in Chinese mines now.
The government is trying to encourage more work out in the western provinces, so we get a lot of support for the work, and I think you'll find most of the foreign companies that are operating are exploring in these new areas in the western provinces.
Xian Gold Mines is now exploring for gold in Inner Mongolia. Walsh believes with more foreign funds coming in, smaller mines would be consolidated and bigger operations formed, thus benefiting from the economies of scale.
There's about 1,250 small gold mines in China, which is very unusual. In other parts of the world, these have been consolidated. One of the issues in China is that a lot of the smaller mines have tended to just operate at a smaller scale. They've had constraints in terms of amount of capital they've had to invest, and they've been very, very orientated towards just cash flow, cash flow, cash flow.
Walsh says this is a short-term operation. The Chinese government, however, is hoping to develop long-term mining of its gold deposits. This means looking for investors with deep pockets. An Australian firm believes Hong Kong can provide a platform for foreign companies to raise enough funds for large-scale mining operations.
Hong Kong is a great market. It's a very liquid market. You have a pool of very significant and sophisticated investors who really understand